cheapo.
Poundland, the name that strikes fear into the hearts of shops that sell things that cost more than £1. Yes, the Poundland retail sector in the UK is still booming, what with Poundland, 99p stores and Pound World, and all the independently owned ones like, they always have names like Pound Mart or Uncle Poundy's Pound Palace and stuff like that. Anyway, the point is they're all doing very well cash-wise, thank you very much, and I've been running around them and finding weird things that they sell to parade in front of this lens for mutual amusement. And actually, a lot of things are sent in as well. So it might not be from Poundland, it might be from 99p stores, it might be from bloody Dollar Tree, it might be from Canadian Dollar Hole. Oh, I don't know anymore. Let's just look at some stuff. But this first one definitely comes from Poundland, because I bought it there myself. They've bizarrely started their own set of Mythical Creatures action figures, which is really surprising. They don't sort of often seem to make their own stuff like this. As you can see, it comes in a generic box with a bit of cardboard and looks like a big hairy man who's escaped from a particularly low-budget remake of Game of Thrones. On the back, you can see the 4 available. We've got Hairy Bloke, Thing You Can't Quite Make Out, Big Fat Thing You Can't Make Out, and Thing with Wings that, again, you can't make out due to crap printing. All the usual guff on the bottle. 0 to 3 sad onions. Try me! We'll refund or replace if you are not happy with our quality. It's fantastic! Going up in the world a little bit. Or are they? Let's rip this open and find out. I should point out, actually, there are 4 in the range. 2 of them are a bit dull, so I went for the 2 more interesting ones. 2 separate people sent me these, and they both sent me the same ones I picked, so I'm pretty sure now they are the 2 most interesting out of the 4. Right. Oh, he's got his own accessory. It's like a... yeah, it's one of them. It's like he's just got the foot off some sort of monster and wrapped it in string. Very low quality weaponry there. And here he is, Conan the Hairbarian. He's got sandals and a bad paint job and a tiny weird mutant head stuck in the middle of all this tat. Is that supposed to be... Oh, it's supposed to be like a brown skull of something with the hair still attached over his arm. That'll help him when he's fighting, won't it? Legs, 0 articulation, made of soft rubber. Arms, move around a bit. Head kind of moves, but it's got all that stuff on. And, well, not massive quality there. Does that actually fit in his hand? It does! Hooray! There we are. Now you can go and kill the devil, who bizarrely is the other figure I've got. When I say the devil, I'm thinking more like demonic creature with gingivitis, as it's pouring blood out of its mouth at a terrifying rate. So let's have a look at it. Go on. Weapon is bendy space saber thing, and yeah, that's quite a cloven-hooved beastie here. And hang on, so that goes in that hand, presumably. Yeah, there we go. And this one, he just points at his own mouth. I reckon he has got gum problems. Ah, this guy's a dentist. Look, that's why his weapon is covered in teeth. Here we are. It's Mythical Creatures healthcare set. See, he's the dentist. He's the chap with gingivitis. Maybe the griffin-headed winged person has some sort of a rash that's going to be sorted out by the fat laughing ogre. Who knows? All I know is these are £1 each, and they're quite interesting, although very low quality. But hey, they'll keep little Billy entertained for a couple of hours until he hideously breaks them and then chokes to death on the pieces or whatever. Next up, another bizarre proprietary toy with Dinosaurs Euster Night. Now, you may be wondering what the word Euster means, and that's, yeah, a good question. I couldn't find it being a real word in any language. There seemed to be some hint it was a word in Basque, but it couldn't actually translate it into any other language. Dinosaurs Resurrection, it says on the top, which is at least something that makes more sense than Euster Night. I wonder if that pterodactyl's just brought that along to confuse people. You've got some brightly coloured things down there, when in fact it's a single coloured dry-brushed monstrosity, and... that's it. On the back you've got this thing with this giant hammer on its tail. Is it a real dinosaur? I have no idea. Oh, I see. These are like how to put the dinosaur together instructions. Not particularly good instructions. I genuinely thought, when I caught this out of the corner of my eye just then, it was a pile of poo with stink lines coming off it. Well, fantastic. Yes, it's our old friends again. You're being a bit too honest there. Anyway, dinosaur. Must be used tonight. Look at the teeth on that. Yeah, it's made of fairly soft rubber. It presumably comes to pieces, although, I don't know why it's got those instructions, because the legs do pop off fairly easily is the answer to that. Neck didn't, though. And there we are, that's it. It's a dirty dinosaur. I'm going to call him Jeffrey, and he will be the Minister for Foreign Trade within weeks, I'm sure. Either that, or he'll be in the bin in about 10 minutes. Here's an interesting thing. It's a very brightly coloured giant robot type thing design. Not actually giant. Look, it's smaller than my hand. That somebody sent me. I presume it came from a Dollar Tree Poundland type place. I quite like it. I like the design and the weird bright colour of it, I must say. The one disappointing thing, though, is the arms and legs constantly pop off in a very, very overly easy manner. And his gun's rubbish. Get rid of it. There we are. Looks a bit like one of those things from Pacific Rim. Like, oh, except that didn't happen in Pacific Rim. Spoilers, none of the robot's legs drop off for no reason. Oh God, we can recreate Pacific Rim. Hang on. Dun 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 dun. There we are. I hope that actually makes sense when I've edited sound effects on it later. That's the thing with making these things up as you go along. It makes it difficult to drop stuff in at a later date. Anyway, time for a blind bag. Don't usually do these in the middle of videos, but they turned up in Poundland. The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists. An excellent and extremely funny animated film made by the genius lads over at Aardman. It's stop motion and it's flippin' fantastic. Except the title's a bit crap, The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists. I'll bet they renamed that one for the US market. Anyway, make your own character. Yes, they don't actually give you a small toy when you open this up. You have to make your own out of plasticine, which is a thing, I suppose, to get the kids to do something rather than sit there dribbling on FIFA 497. 12 different models, 2 feature cards, 3 modelling clay pieces, and 1 instruction booklet. Right, let's have a look then. Oh no, it's got a bag that won't open. Oh, we've done it. And there's not 3 sad onions as well. That's getting everywhere these days. It's a sad onion revival. Right, there'll be the arms then. That'll be the hat, and that'll be the eyes, that'll be the teeth. Are you going with me here? And it comes with, I don't know what those are. We'll come back to that later. Look like little sort of Velcro things with nothing to stick them to. Ah, we can make Black Bellamy. He'll be a pirate of some description, I would guess, judging by his headwear, as opposed to a scientist. How do we make him then? Nope, this is all puzzles and bullshit we don't care about. Ah, there we are, that's fairly straightforward. Blah, 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 blah. Mount a cardboard toothpick to the base. Or have they given us cardboard toothpicks? Oh yeah, they have. Ah, good work, lads. Not expecting us to come in with our own stuff. Right. It comes with some plastilina. Plastilina. I think I dated a German woman called Plastilina once. Anyway, 2 green stuffs, 1 pink stuff. Right, let's fade to black. I'll make it and then we'll fade back up. Do you see how that works? And here we go! Okay, I'm going to be honest, I may not have followed the instructions correctly. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's close enough. Go on, off you go for some pirating. That will kill me. Yeah, with hindsight, maybe I should have followed the instructions. Anyway, what's next? How about a pizza van? 2 to collect, which I didn't notice before. There was only 1 type in the shop. I wonder what the other one was. Maybe it was a band set. Maybe it existed in 5 physical dimensions simultaneously and can only be expressed by a mathematical equation, so they only released this one. Step-by-step guide included, ages 6+, from Click and Snap, who are like Lego, only cheap. And look, there's a lady delivering the pizza, as opposed to a bloke in a hat, who is always seems to deliver mine. Oh my god! Click and Snap is from Wow, we've had a really high fantastic ratio here, them being sort of Poundland's own toy make. Well, hats off to them, really. Okay, can we open it up? Oh no, I should have cut this beforehand, shouldn't I? Ah, evil sellotape, it's gone. Well, we've got a bag of parts, that's a good start. And do we have instructions? Oh, we've got other things you can get in the series. Oh, the other thing is apparently a short order pizza. Oh no, that is it. What's the other thing? We may never know. Oh, God, right. I have to actually build it on a... I suppose. I've just realised it comes with labels to make it look prettier, but they haven't used those labels on the box, look. How bizarre. They couldn't be bothered to make it properly before taking the promotional photo. Well, the pieces are quite high quality, I've got to say. You know, they actually fit together and stuff, which is something a cheap Lego never used to do. Anyway, time to build it. Back in a second. Go, go, pizza appetising. Should probably have a picture of the pizza and not your own face, but there we are. Short order. Short order. Is short order that person's name? We have no idea. One of the slightly odd things about this is that in the instructions it tells you to stick the pizza to the top of the vehicle, which would probably not be a very good idea because it would fly off while you were driving along. Also, apparently that's a pizza. It's clearly a donut. Anyway, let's not get into semantics about foodstuffs. Well, we've got the person here with the incredibly 70s shirt on, and really weird olive-coloured skin, and a slightly odd haircut and giant eyes. I'm quite disappointed, actually, because on the box, look, it's a quite cute and very feminine hairstyle. On here, it's basically Mr. Data, who has left the Starship Enterprise and decided to go into delivering donuts masquerading as pizza. Anyway, it all fits together, it doesn't fall apart, and it was £1. I mean, if the equivalent in Lego would probably cost about £397,000. So, hats off to you, fantastic. That's a really nice little thing you've made there. But what is the other one to collect? We may never know, and will certainly never care. Right, what's next on the agenda? Oh yeah. These, I've got no idea where these came from, they were sent to me, but I'm going to assume they cost the equivalent of £1 or $1 or something. It's Anti-Raider. They shoot Lara Croft in the knees. SWAT. And a picture of some people that look like something off the cover of a 90s video game. No idea if it is or not. Fight the Violence Organisation. That's a good idea. But if you fight them with violence, you probably are turning into the Violence Organisation. So, you know, that's something to think about. Stare into the abyss, etc. Forces Special. And not suitable for children under 3 years. Now that is fighting talk. Nothing on the back at all. And yes, it's crappy military figures. Although with a slight... Oh, look, that's from Splinter Cell, isn't it? I recognise that. He's got the 3 lights on his face. Well, we'll have a look at the figures themselves in a minute, but what accessories do they come with that are clearly far too big for them? Giant bullet bandolier thing, walkie-talkie the size of a man's chest, a machete the height of a man, a German Shepherd that looks a bit worried, a 1930s era cine camera, that is of course an absolute must for any anti-terrorist organisation, an anti-terrorism shield, no terrorism may pass its lips, a padlock, a giant rifle and a ludicrously giant pistol. Well done, accessory manufacturers. I'm glad you didn't do anything like, you know, think about what you were doing at any stage. Right then, this dog has had serious problems with yellow paint. Doesn't look particularly vicious, it's just sort of sniffing. Looks a bit bored, actually. It is a bored hound. There we are, they've gone into the shops and left it chained up outside. They'll probably be howling in a minute. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen figures as cheap as this. Seriously, the plastic is so light, I think it's just going to float to the top of the ceiling at any second. The skin colour appears to be a horrible purple and has been applied by a blind monkey. The face, the eyes aren't too bad for this kind of thing, I suppose. They're still horribly on the wonk. And there's loads of yellow guff on him there. You sit down there, mate, and hopefully the dog will kill you and put you out of your endless misery. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure this is based on a mould from a Chap Mai figure, which are like sort of Chinese cheap figures, but decent cheap figures as opposed to these. What have we got? A tie, some gold, a hideously deformed hand, and giant sunglasses on a wobbly head. A wobbly pinhead, in fact. Here we are. You sit down there, because you're probably already dead. And finally, we've got Fishman of the Month with his... Well, they haven't even tried to put eyes on him. He's just spat some caviar on his face, and that'll apparently have to do for it. Blimey. That's, yeah, not going to be stopping actual much violence organisations nearby, I don't think. Bless their little hearts. Oh well, one last thing, and then I can sleep again for 1,000 years. How about... Cuckoo Birds. Cuckoo crack-up cars. What? Oh, you use them with them, right. Includes a cuckoo nest for when a cuckoo needs a rest. Stop saying cuckoo, it's freaking me out, man. Includes one removable crash helmet with goggles. Right, so I think what we're looking for here... Oh, look, available on the App Store. I didn't realise that. I was going to say this is clearly some sort of Angry Birds-style cash-in, but yeah, it even has its own app, and I'm kind of worried that I'm now going to review them without realising it had an app. I'll have a look at it afterwards. So what have we got to collect in the entire flock? The orange-crested, bug-eyed fezziwig, the beady-eyed, long-billed musk skipper, no, mud skipper, it's just a bad font. And in here is a three-toed, three-feathered doofusina, and a rainbow-billed, long-tailed cuckoo. Cuckoo. I hate them already. Right, what are they like then? Let's just destroy some packaging. Arg, rip, rend, tear, dismember, mutilate, disembowel. J at play. Right, is there some sort of code in this? Hang on, I better check before I open up on camera. No, it's literally just a case of here's some more crap you can buy because you haven't apparently bought enough already. Well, it's flocked, which means it's got that kind of slightly soft fabric stuff stuck to it. It's got a beak, it's got eyes, and it looks quite cute. Actually, it's quite heavy, it's nicely made. I'm actually quite surprised by these. This one's got some nice accessories. Look, it's got a flying hat and goggles, which do come off by the looks of it. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Can I put it on this one? Is it interchangeable? My goodness, it is! These are actually quite good. You can't really complain for £1. I don't get what the bottom bit with the clips is for. Do you know what? I'm going to go off and have a look at the app. Yeah. Well, I think we've discovered why they were in Poundland. There are 2 Cuckoo Birds apps in the App Store that I could find, both called Cuckoo Birds Lite, and one had the name iPhone 3 after it, the other one didn't. I don't know what that signifies, it didn't explain the description. Whichever one you download, it crashes when you attempt to start the game. So well done, that's clearly something they thought would become the next big thing, and they just kind of gave up on the software behind it. So, whilst the little toys are quite nice, oh look, it comes with a nest, I didn't realise. Oh, that's lovely. Oh no! Damn you, wobbly-headed police psychopath. Yeah, the app is like beyond shit to the extent that it literally doesn't work. Oh well, that's the end of that then. Incidentally, I've just spotted on the back of this, look, there's another CG sort of 90s looking video game background. Does anybody know what game that's from? Weird. Do you know what I had years ago that I bought, I think from Pound Stretcher, some shitty cheap action figures based on Virtua Cop. They even came with the toy Virtua gun. It was fantastic. But I've been them years before I started making videos. Oh well. Wobble, 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 wobble head. Remember what I was saying about this mould being clearly ripped off from an existing figure? Well, then I remembered I've got one. Look. They clearly have just made a bad copy of an existing mould of one of the cheapest action figures going. Well done, lads. We can even see hints of the moustache left on the lip. But, well, before it's covered in 15 tons of gloopy bright pink paint, of course. Odd. I would take the belt off to show you the rest of it, but it's always dangerous to ask a policeman to take his belt off. They generally quite dislike that. Yeah, so there you are. Rip-offs of cheap things. I don't know what's coming next. Cheap things that are based on rip-offs of existing cheap things. Or maybe they'll just give you a lump of plastic and write Batman on it. I don't know.